Hey guys, I've got the Unread Books tag for you. Now this was originally started by Book Reviewer 21 and I was tagged by Miss Elsky, who is an absolutely wonderful booktuber, and I suggest that you check out her channel. She is also a really lovely person as well, so I will leave both of their links down below. Anyways, let's get on to the tag. First question is, how many unread books do you own? Now, I'm going to have to put a little disclaimer out here in the fact that I am only counting the books that I have in my room rather than in the entire house, because if I was doing that I would be here forever. And also there are a few more books in my room, but they're ones that I know I'm definitely not going to ever read, just because of the fact that they really are out of my age range now. Anyways, let's get on to showing you what I've got. Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver, The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, Mary Poppins Opens the Door by P.L. Travers, The Midnight Kittens by Dodie Smith, The 101 Dalmatians by Dodie Smith, The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling, A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett, See How They Run by David McRobbie, The Railway Children by E. Nesbit, Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, Blood on the Wall by Tony Dobinson, Archangel by Anthony Horowitz, Scorpia by Anthony Horowitz, Geek Love by Catherine Dunn, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs, Watership Down by Richard Adams, The House at Pooh Corner by A.A. Milne, Elidor by Alan Garner, Numbers 1, 2 and 3 by Rachel Ward, Wool by Hugh Howey, Fire by Christian Cashore, The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Graham, Wonder by R.J. Palacio, The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry by Rachel Joyce, Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare, Kidnapped by R.L. Stevenson, Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak, Breaking Dawn by Stephanie Meyer. Now this is one that I wasn't entirely sure whether to put in here because I don't particularly want to read it, but I might do. Bartimaeus Ptolemy's Gate by Jonathan Stroud, Mr. Monday by Garth Nix, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling, The Book of Lost Things by John Connolly. I've got to put all those books back now. Second question is, how many books do you own that you have read? Now, I've just counted and it is 32 in my room, and I'm pretty proud of that, to be honest, even though the to be read pile is a lot bigger than the read pile, but I am working my way through that this year, so hopefully the difference will be slightly less by this time next year. Question 3, do you buy more books than you read? At this moment in time, I'm going to say that the answer is yes, because I do tend to get spur of the moment book buying sprees, and I see something and then I see something else, I'm like, oh, I may as well get these while I see them, and I really shouldn't. I really should get through the ones on my bookshelf before I start buying any more. But the answer is yes. Question 4 is, why do you think you haven't read your unread books? I have two answers for this. The first one is that the majority of the books on my shelves are ones that I've had for years. These aren't even ones that I started picking up when I started making booktube videos, or I started properly reading in August 2012. I have had these books since I was 10 years old. They're really small classics and they take up the majority of the space on my bookshelves. So that is one reason. The second reason is that, as stated in the last question, buy more books than I read. So that is mainly why I haven't read them. And then, because of the fact that I'm really excited about them, they take precedence over the ones that I've had for years. Last but not least, question number 5, are you going to go on a book buying ban? The answer to this one is no, so to speak. I don't want to go on a book buying ban, as I don't think that they ever work. When you put yourself on a book buying ban, you always see things that you want and you just go out and get them anyways. That was that, guys. With regards to tagging people, I'm just going to put it out there and say, if you haven't done this tag, then I would love for you to do it. I really enjoyed going through all of my books actually, because it puts everything into perspective as to how many books I've actually got to read and my goal for the end of the year. I know this is only a selection of the books that need to be read, but generally I'm really interested in seeing how many unread books everyone else has, because I think that my selection is pretty small in comparison to a lot of other people who I know have about a good couple of hundred, some people do. Speak to you soon. Bye!